Cat! Oh, wow! Savior of the internet. Steve! Oh, wow! It is a pseudonym. That's all I got, folks. Okay, I don't have Freddie Mercury's vocal range.
I don't either, or the ability to sing that well. So I'm off key. Fuck you. At least I know enough to know I'm off. What is Chindness? It's kindness spelled with a CH because I needed a clever show title and I wanted to include chiding and kindness. So that's what you get. It's not clever.
I'm so glad it wasn't just me.
All right, so the topic of today, Steve, what did you want to talk about exactly?
Well, you asked me to come up with a topic, and I racked my brain, and I thought I got a migraine, and then I thought some more.
You know, I have that effect on people.
You are migraine-inducing at times. I love you, Kat, but you really are.
I know. Anyways, continue.
Anywho, the topic I finally settled on was, one of the main tenets of Christianity, at least what I was told growing up, and I imagine, Kat, you were as well, love your neighbor as yourself. Be charitable. Go out and put some good in the world. Help your community. And then it's like, thinking back, there have been times in my life where I could certainly use that. And, I had friends at the time or family members who are still, practicing Christians. And wow, they actually took advantage of me in that situation. Like, they helped me, but they were lining their pockets in the process. And then it's like, I haven't been a religious individual for over a decade and a half, a bit longer. And not to toot my own horn, I'd like to think I've helped out people and never asked for a dime.
Yeah,
and
I can attest. Yes.
And
I offered first, though.
And I know that there are plenty of organizations out there that do the same thing, that have no religious affiliation whatsoever. And plenty of individuals have helped me out that, no religious bone in their body. Do I do radio? No, I'm sorry. I don't do radio. The college program at the university I attended would not let you do it unless you were a broadcasting major. I'm working on starting a podcast, folks. More details about that later. You got to stay tuned for the entire stream. Which,
once it's live, believe you me, it will be shilled.
Yes. Shut up and give me your podcast views, damn it. But anywho, I'm getting completely off topic. Sorry about that, folks. Yes. So essentially, in short, how charity is supposed to be a main tenet of Christianity, helping those around you. And in our personal experience, and I would say the experience of a lot of other people, that really is only applied to people in their own congregation.
Or nearby ones.
Or sometimes nearby ones. But more often than not, their charity is nothing more than self-serving.
Well,
whereas plenty of other people with no other ulterior motive aside from, I kind of want to help people out, and I'm in a position to do so, whether they are atheist or not, will do much more good for those around them.
Well, I like to call it the it's the Christian insurance program, right? Y'all put money into the church. You tithe. You spend 10% of your paycheck, every month, right? 10% of what you make every month. Send it to the church. Well, if you're poor,
maybe you would know this better than me. Where the hell did that number come from? I don't recall that ever being in the Bible.
I honestly,
Okay.
that one I don't fucking. That might be in the Bible actually. I legitimately don't. I'm not super huge on the New Testament. I don't remember if it's in the Torah or the Tanakh off the top of my
I
head.
was going to say, now, after I said that, it's like, I feel like maybe there was a verse or two on it, but it was in passing. I don't think it was a gospel.
Yeah.
Because Jesus wasn't the kind of person who would say, yeah, he wasn't a financial advisor.
Yeah. But the point is, they tithe, 10%, what they make every month,
Mm-hmm.
and if you're poor, let's say, you're living in central or southern Wisconsin, you're making 17K a year, right? You're given a
Ooh,
tenth of
big
that.
bucks.
Yeah, really. Uh, that's actually good money there. The poverty line, I think, is at 15,000, which is you're making below minimum wage, but whatever.
The new poverty line in regards to health insurance for my wife and I, so, 2-person household, I think it's like 18K and 400.
Jesus Christ. Okay, wow. Apparently it's gotten poorer there. Great, awesome. Awful, I hate it. But like, you're making 17K a year, right? Now, 10% of that's 1.7 thousand. Now, most churches expect you to tithe what you make. So you're paying 1.7 thousand, but you're not actually making 17K. You're making like 14K after taxes. So, let's cut it down. Let's call it an even 12.5, right? Call it an even 12.5 thousand. Now, how the fuck are you gonna live off that? You can't pay rent. If you're paying rent, you're not eating. If you're eating, you're not paying rent. Unless you're living in a house with, 13 other guys and a fucking just bear named Franklin.
Hey, Franklin is very nice. We do not make fun of him here.
Well, I'm sorry. I should have brought up Franklin. Sorry.
You can bring him up, you just be respectful.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'll be respectful. So, you're living with 13 guys and the lovely Franklin. And, you're all paying, whatever you can for rent and everything, but it's like a fucking 2-bedroom apartment. So, you got one dude sleeping on the ceiling fan and another guy in the bathroom. On the floor, you got a guy in the bathtub, and then since you're paying that 1,700 a year, once you become homeless or you can't eat or whatever, then the church gives you that back in canned green beans and nothing else. Because I don't know why people only donate fucking green beans to Christian charities unless it's a holiday. It's like, can I get some corn? Or like, it's always sliced carrots and green beans.
Well, the answer to that's quite simple.
There's other canned foods.
That's the bland canned veggies that nobody wants, but they buy because they think they'll use them.
Yeah, and then they give them away. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. Ooh, Spooky's here. Europa took the bathtub. Fine, I'll sleep next to the toilet. God. But yeah, they don't. They help their own primarily, or help other people in an attempt to make them their own.
Yeah. So speaking of that, my parents like to play denominational hopscotch, as I like to put it. Like, I can tell you we were never Catholic, but if they had issue with some of the decisions the church made, or perhaps their interpretation of some teachings, wham bam, different church now.
Yeah.
And the one we settled at for several years decided to have a big fundraiser. It's like, oh wow, what is this going towards? Is it like a a homeless shelter? Is it like, to open a new food bank? Do you want to know what that church raised about $2 million for in about 3 months?
No, but I'll ask anyways.
A fucking gymnasium and second story add-on
Oh
to
my
the
god.
church. It was a nice gymnasium too. It was like high school quality. 2
Yeah.
basketball courts. Um,
Oh.
it was insane, and it's like, that's $2 million in a, blue collar central Wisconsin town. Do you have any idea how much good $2 million would do? And it's like, oh, well,
You
we made a gymnasium. Is it open to the public? Well, it's open to church members. Okay, so that's a not really. I couldn't just
Yeah.
show up, in the middle of the day and just
Well,
decide to, play dodgeball with my buddies.
which wouldn't that be a great way to recruit people to your cause? You've got, have one of the, someone who's really into church, just be there, to monitor all day, talk to the kids, talk to the adults, let homeless people in to take showers or whatever if there's locker rooms. Be
There was no
great.
locker rooms.
No.
Yeah.
Well, but you get the point.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great way to minister, which I don't like evangelizing. I fucking hate it. But if you're gonna do it, that's a good way to do it because that benefits the whole fucking community.
Well, yeah,
right?
no, I was gonna say, like, if it had been open to the entire, like,
Yeah,
community, like, essentially, sort of like just have it be the community pool, but a gym, like, you know, have someone at the church at all times, and hey, if you want to reserve, one of the courts for a basketball game or this or that, by all means, pop on in, talk with our organizer, we'll slot you in.
yeah.
Oh, Titan, you raise an excellent point. That's why they couldn't have locker rooms.
You're, yeah. See, Steve, you went into the locker room at school too many times. See, I used to go there after school to change into my workout clothes to work out again. That's why I'm trans. I got double the dose. See,
Oh.
see it. See, I.
All makes sense.
Yeah.
Amusingly, when I did football for one season, like that was my first exposure to locker rooms. Like my
Oh
parents, when
my.
when I was a kid, we would put on our trunks at home, and then just when we got to the pool, just take off the t-shirts. My parents were those kinds of people.
Oh. Oh my god.
So yeah. So I go into middle school, and football practice. All the other guys are like stripping down. And I was like, God, the fuck are you doing? Granted, I was still a goody two shoes at that point. Swearing. Oh no, can't say fuck, damn, shit, cunt, piss, motherfucker, or tits. But yeah. So first few practices, I was just in jeans underneath my pads, and the coaches were like, Steve, what the hell are you doing? You just fucking change, you idiot.
And you were just like, I don't know. Where am I gonna change the middle of the field?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Good
Yep,
old
that's
Christian guilt making you ashamed of nudity because, damn it, the last time people weren't, look at the shit that happened. You
well.
ate an apple. How could you?
See, I was always very confused because school talked about how being naked was shameful, and then no one in my family ever wore clothes.
What? What? Did you live in a nudist colony?
No, it's just we're a bunch of fucking hillbillies. Okay, that's just what happens. It was my the amount of times my dad would just walk around in shirtless, barefoot, and in dad jorts. You know, where they're like cut just like uncomfortably high. Like they're not like sexy high, and they're not like regular at just about the knee. They're like right in between that, and you're like, what look
So
are you
so Cat
going for?
Senior not wearing was not wearing Daisy Dukes,
No,
but if Cat Senior had lost like 15 pounds, or no, put on 15 pounds so that they'd be on a bit tighter,
they'd have
we'd
been
be in
Daisy Dukes.
then
Yes,
we'd be in Daisy Duke territory.
yes, yes. That's exactly. Titan has the whole Uranus family here.
My anus is right here.
Well, not Uranus. The Uranus. Yeah, but that was just always a weird one for me because, like, I've never been uncomfortable getting naked in front of people or people being naked in front of me. I've never seen it as sexual. But, like, so many Christians do because they're told that. Whereas, it's just, man, my dad was one of 8, my mom's one of 7. I have a fucking bajillion cousins, and I've probably seen 40 of them naked. And it was never a fucking sexual thing. It was never a weird thing. It was just like, oh, we're changing in the same room.
Well, I mean, if you want to get into that, then it's the whole here in the States, nudity is inherently sexual at all times, don't you know?
Yeah. Well, there are parts of Wisconsin where you can go topless no matter your tit status.
How'd we get on this tangent? Sports.
Because these
Gym.
sports, yeah.
Yeah. Because my church, bought a cool gym, but it was like for church use only, church
Yeah.
leagues only.
Yeah.
The not Boy Scouts, because Boy Scouts would not
Yes.
set up a troop in a church, but it was
Oh, they
effectively
will.
Boy Scouts. Well, I mean, they will, but the church won't pay the, licensing fees or whatever.
Yeah. Stop attacking the family, Gerby. Yeah. Go to bed. I don't have to go to fucking bed. Okay, sorry, I just had to respond to that.
You go to bed, Ger.
Anyways. Fucking Steve's using fighting words in here now. Whoo! Ooh, eating Uranus too. Badunch. But yeah, where were we going? Sports ball and giant things. Yeah, well, we had the church I went to when I was younger. We had someone sent a mission trip to Alaska. It's Alaska. What?
I'm trying to.
Like
I'm trying to think about
of
it.
the people are Christian. What?
Like, why? Like, were they building a church in a community that had
No.
recently lost it to an earthquake,
No.
a polar bear attack,
Nope.
a Russian sleeper agent sabotaging it to attack the fundamental infrastructure of America, but that idiot agent realized he was going after a church instead of, a naval yard?
No. No, they're just going to rural Alaska to annoy people. Like fucking Mormons. They weren't even Mormons. They were Lutherans.
You got to be kidding me. I should watch that at some point.
Fucking, it was weird. Like, I still feel bad that I went on a mission trip.
Oh, you actually went on one?
I went on a real mission trip. Well, we were converting Catholics and pagans.
Lucian,
But
silence.
Hey, Gary, I could fucking time you out, you fucking bitch. I won't, but I could. I love you. Yeah. I went on an actual mission trip in the summer between 8th grade and freshman year.
Okay.
Yep. It
Where
was
to?
I'll be vague. Europe. It was Eastern Europe. It was like the not like super shitty part, like not like the cool touristy part.
Okay, so former Eastern Bloc, I imagine.
Yes, correct.
And now I know the Soviet Union wasn't exactly big. Okay, you know what? Maybe at some point you guys can get a, tour of the bookshelves. But
Hell
I
yeah.
know the Soviet Union wasn't really big on religion. But
No,
correct me if I'm wrong, the Soviet Union collapsed in 91, maybe 92,
something like that. Yeah,
before
it's
you and I were alive.
yep.
Now, between 8th and 9th grade, we're talking 2008 to 2009.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 15 years. Pretty sure plenty of people have had the chance to go out and do the Jesus pitch.
We were Protestants. They somehow, I don't know, man. They scared me with hell talk.
Oh.
And then I'm like, Jesus. I need Jesus so I don't fucking rot in hell forever. And shit like that. I got spooked. And then I was super gung-ho on the Jesus shit for a couple years.
You and me both, nothing to be ashamed of.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, though. I went to convert other Christians to the right kind of Christianity.
Oh,
That is how that's how deeply I had drunk of the juice.
Oh, no. So, we're talking.
What the fuck's the 16:9 button? I know what the fuck you want.
They want a widescreen resolution rather than the Borderlands style split screen we have going on.
It looks fine on my end.
And you know what? I'll agree with them. The Borderlands style split screen is fucking weird. I don't know what the hell 2K was thinking when they did that.
I don't know how to
but
fucking
damn it, Borderlands
change...
is fun.
Hold on. How do I change this layout?
Oh, just tell them to put on...
Is that better?
Or that. Ha! You get nothing. You get no additional shelf. Take that, Europa.
All right. Hey. Oh, Nicholas Suter. Hello. He does a good show. In Time.
Why do I feel like that priest is undressing me with his eyes?
He might be.
Okay.
But yeah, so I did. I was so indoctrinated. I went to convert other Christians to the.
So the problem was that they were Eastern Orthodox rather than.
Well, some were Catholic, some were Eastern Orthodox, and that's all wrong.
Yeah.
You need to be specifically, Missouri Synod Lutheran. Duh. That's specifically.
Sorry, now I'm just thinking of that bit from the end of Hellsing Abridged episode 6.
Yes. I love Hellsing Abridged.
Who doesn't? Prudes. But other than that...
Yeah. Christians.
Prudes.
A lot. Yeah. Also, so, back on topic.
I was about to say, back on topic.
So, Christian kindness. It's a really weird thing because it does primarily go to other Christians.
It's, like we said, very self-serving, and also doesn't really look at the fine details about where it's going too much. Like I was telling you before that we started this stream, Kat.
Yeah.
I can't recall. Actually, it was the same church, the one that did the whole, Jim $2 million dealio. So
Yeah.
Sunday school,
Uh-huh.
we
Oh.
were, yeah, I told you about this.
Yep. Yeah, you did.
We were collecting money, and we were going to be sending this to Africa to help, spread the word of God to Africa. And the person who this was going to was, making himself out to be a soldier on the front lines of evangelizing. And they said it was an army of God in Africa. I was 10.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't have allowance, so I didn't personally contribute.
The army of God, yes. The terrorist organization known for killing, people of, native African religions, animists, pagans, similar things, wrong kinds of Christians, Muslims, especially atheists. Oh, more than one Uranus. Europa Bumhole would like to chat to you. I have no idea who that is, but I don't know. Titan, if you send me the shit, I can send it to Steve, or you can post it or whatever.
A name like Europa Bunhole and saying we should chat? Listen, I haven't narrated any romance novels yet, but I mean, give me money and sure.
Gilbert Gottfried has.
I was about to try and do the whole, "Ow, my aching clitoris."
I'm not dead, fuckers! Nacho sushi! What the fuck is that? It sounds like something you'd get at a cheap, gay fusion restaurant. Yes, I can.
Why do I feel like that's the second week in a row you've done that specific quote?
Probably because it makes my pee-pee rock solid. That Gilbert Gottfried has said things I have said. So, that Gilbert Gottfried has used modified versions of my joke and enjoyed it?
What?
Okay,
Math.
Math Big, you walked in at the exact wrong time. You're supposed to be in bed.
Okay, math. Look at my hat.
Math Big.
Is this a top hat? It is not. Am I wearing a monocle? No. I am wearing spectacles, like a peasant. This is lowbrow.
Also, thank you, it really is. Hello, everyone, it's me, Gilbert Gottfried.
I don't know why I even tried.
I'm sorry. I can't help
Oh,
it.
no. My self-esteem is just there in the gutter now, and oh shit. It's flowing down. Bye, self-esteem.
Okay, look, I got a compliment on how incredible my Gilbert Gottfried is, and I completely forgot everything we'd been talking about up until this point. Everything else flooded out of my mind because I got that little bit of serotonin.
Hey, whatever makes the happy chemical. And if Gilbert Gottfried impersonations may give you the happy chemical.
Matt Big, I did not say it was a serious show. I said it was a better show. Thank you very much.
We stay on topic about 25% of the time. To quote or paraphrase, this is probably a paraphrase actually, because I haven't listened to an episode since TB died. Miss you, John Bain. Welcome to Blasphemy and Brews, where we stay on topic 25% of the time, every time.
Yep. Well, we get back around to them. We go on tangents, and that's how it works. It's very
Yes, and that's how co-optional podcasts worked as well. Like
yeah,
we sometimes talk about video games.
yeah. But speaking of, churches sending money to shitty places, let's look at the Catholic Church in recent history. So,
Are we
because
talking the cover up? Are we talking about the coffers that rival developed nations? Are we talking
well, I'll give you a couple examples on how they only want to. Hello, native atheist. Basically line their own pockets and help their own people. So, first one is about the COVID, because you gotta make a noise before it. Then they can't use their computers to know you said it. But I don't know if that's true or if that's a conspiracy. That's a conspiracy I've just made up now. Um, but actually, in Wisconsin, one of the people in La Crosse, a bishop, has been spreading ridiculous anti-vax nonsense and basically saying, like, yeah, you shouldn't get vaccinated. That's going to send you to hell. It's unholy.
didn't the Pope literally tell you just get the fucking shot?
Yeah. Yeah, but the diocese in different areas,
Well, yeah, no, I know the dioceses have always
different.
been very
Well,
hot and cold in regards to,
what the
our
Pope
current
says.
padre.
Yeah. And some, they're in places like Texas, like I said, La Crosse, Alabama, more rural areas. And
La Crosse is not rural.
La Crosse is not rural, but it's rural in comparison to like anywhere on either coast.
Okay, well, by that definition, everywhere in Wisconsin is rural then, aside from Milwaukee and Madison proper.
Madison
Maybe
proper's
Appleton.
300,000 people.
Maybe Appleton as well.
Madison's like a suburb to a real city. It is. And it's the second largest in the state. But
Yep.
yeah. So there are these more conservative and rural areas. Not necessarily rural, but definitely conservative and rural. So,
Yeah.
it's also a city in Wisconsin. Yeah. But so he was basically saying, the one from La Crosse was talking all this shit about how, no, you cannot wear masks in this fucking parish. I mean, he didn't say fucking, obviously. He's a Catholic priest, a hyper-conservative Catholic priest.
Wait, is he Irish Catholic? Because then it's required.
No, he's Roman Catholic.
Oh.
If I say Catholic, I mean Roman Catholic.
I know,
Irish
and
Catholic.
I'm making a joke based off of the Boondock Saints.
Yes.
Yep. Which that movie is aged poorly.
Oh, yes. You know what? Quick break. Just remind me to show you that he
Who's he?
Sorry, no. God awful movies. The episodes where they talk about Boondock Saints. Sorry,
Okay.
I don't know why that took my brain so. I'm still thinking about Catholics. So, remind me to tell you about that. But so he was basically saying you're not allowed to wear masks. If you get vaccinated, that's unholy. You will, have Satan, death, go to hell, poopy butthole, you're gonna fucking poop your pants because you're gay or whatever if you get the fucking vaccine. And, yeah, he's not looking to help anyone, which, by the way, Catholic priests are literally, their job is to help and like protect the fuck mothering community. And like They're supposed to be the fucking protectors of the community. And then what do? They fuck kids. They tell people not to wear masks. They do shit like this. Now, let's talk about the Catholics again, this time in Germany. Not Wisconsin, actual Germany proper.
'Cause it's springtime for Catholics.
Oh, your daughter's Irish Catholic, technically. You're sorry. You're welcome. I don't know, Mr. Pig. Your name is Toaster's Irish, and I am not. All right, so in Germany, the Pope has kind of been like, you know,
Whoa, Pope or Pope Emeritus? Because one is German and one is not.
Fuck, man. I don't.
Okay,
Whoever's
old Pope is German.
current
Pope who stepped down.
Current Pope. Current Pope has been like, oh man, a bunch of kids got fucked in Germany, and other people got hurt and other shit. I don't know what happens. And everyone's like, I'm sorry, sir, you fucking what? And he's like, well, I'm not going to condemn their actions. And, like, there are other parts of the church that are like, you should. This makes us look bad. And he's like, nah, fuck them. Those kids aren't even Catholic anymore.
Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing, but...
And it's like...
What? No.
What? I mean,
really?
Okay, obviously, I'm exaggerating a bit. Really not that much. I'm only exaggerating how it's being said. But it's the same general sentiment. I'm sorry, arithmetic hog. Sorry. Lo siento. No me entiende nada. No me entiende nada. Soy estúpido. No hay nada en esta cabeza. But, yeah, basically, the Pope was just like, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care. You deal with it yourselves or something. I'm not fucking sending money to the victims. And it's like, I'm sorry, don't you have, like, more wealth than, like, everyone? Don't you have, like, the most amassed wealth on the fucking planet? In a fucking city-state? I'm sorry, an observer country that's, like, 5 square miles.
Oh, that's being a little generous to Vatican City. Come now. I think it's like 2.
I think it's bigger than 2. No. During the Holocaust, what happened was, the Pope was just like, yeah, we should fucking pray for Hitler on his birthday. He's doing God's work, These Nazis. Real good Catholics. Because, actually, fun story, I brought this up on, actually, Kevin, the Trusty podcast stream, 2 weeks ago, that up until Vatican II, it was part of Catholic religion that every single Jew that was alive from the death of Jesus until 1960 something, was personally responsible for the death of Jesus Christ. Yeah. And it's like, and then people wonder why, like, Catholic, or Hitler was Catholic. The Catholics supported Hitler.
Hey, arithmetic hog, I'm no expert at math. I didn't go to college for it, but can you run those numbers for me? Something ain't adding up there. I don't know. Maybe it's something about average lifespans.
No, every single
population
Jew,
distribution.
personally responsible for killing Jesus, not the Romans.
I was going to say also, Poppy. Quick question: what is the full title of your organization? The Roman Catholic Church. I see. Tell me. Pontius Pilate. Who was he the effective embodiment of? The Roman Empire. I see. Okay. And the soldiers that were, parading Jesus through Jerusalem and then, proceeded to execute him. They were Roman. Okay, thank you. And they were followers of the Pax Romana. Okay, but not Jewish. Okay.
Yeah. But what happened was the Jews were like, okay, this crazy guy keeps on running around, throwing sand in people's eyes, screaming at pigs. Like, where's he even finding pigs? This is a Jewish community. I'm really confused. Why the fuck are there even pigs? Those aren't kosher. Where did he bring them in? I don't know. And then he's screaming at him and chasing him into a river. And then talking to the dead pigs as they float down the way. We can't drink that water now. Like, he comes in, the women try and sell things in the fucking temple. And he comes in and he starts whipping people because he doesn't like women's rights or something. I don't know what the fuck the deal is, right? This is what the Jews were experiencing. They're just like, I don't know what this guy's fucking nuts. Just, look. Can you do something about him? And Romans were immediately like, crucify.
Cat, you're forgetting about the most egregious offense. He came into town and instigated that people, completely ruin public park spaces by removing all of the leaves and branches from the trees. We just put those up on the pavilion.
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands of shekels were spent to make this pavilion beautiful. And he instigated these civilians to make those trees barren. For what? The green carpet treatment?
Yeah. Yep. He made them every fucking palm frond in existence. All of them. And also, he's riding on 2 donkeys, not 1.
Wait, what?
Yeah. 2.
What?
I don't know what that means. But he is. It's one of those inconsistencies in the Bible. He's simultaneously.
Also. As long as we're roasting Jesus of Nazareth, Last Supper, did he pay the bill?
I would hope so.
Judas
did. See, Jesus left without paying the bill, and Judas is like, I need to pay the bill somehow. I've cracked the code. I have cracked the Da Vinci Code, people. Galaxy brain. I have cracked the Da Vinci Code. Judas Iscariot, who, by the way, in English, you want to know what his name translates into? Jewish assassin. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you already had 3 people named Jewy McJewerton in your disciples. You had to name the one that, betrays you, Jewish assassin. Isn't that a bit on the nose? I mean, do you think that was a literary work, or do you think the God of the universe is just that petty? I mean,
if you've listened to God Pod like I have, God is that petty.
Well, yes, he is. Yeah, they were crucifying literally everyone. If I had Last Supper, I wouldn't pay shit. Yeah, neither do the people on death row, but then we all pay it. Maybe that's why Jews don't like Christians.
The cost of that Last Supper is nothing compared to the cost of the injections.
Oh, yeah, that's true. This is my friend. Kill a ninja.
Damn it, Titan. Don't make me laugh when I'm drinking water next to my computer. That's expensive to replace.
Yeah, and so the Catholic Church, they're only fucking concerned about helping out their own people. Yep. Like, and the Boy Scouts, which is
Are
kind of
they a
an
Christian
inherently
organization, or are
Christian
they not?
organization.
Because they seem to
They're
be trying to turn
technically
over a new
not.
leaf.
They're trying to. Kind of. Well, they're being forced to at
Ah,
gunpoint. Otherwise, they'll no longer exist.
gotcha.
At least in the U.S. In Canada, they're having issues. Like, and it's like, Canada. I thought you were supposed to be better than us.
Hey, it's nice to know that the crazy isn't exclusively on our side.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those weird things where it's like, what the fuck, Canada?
Amusingly, New Zealand also had a brief thing, and within the day, the police pretty much just shut it down. Like, yeah, you idiots are being fucking unlawful, and there's still a pandemic on. And all right, come on, you all want to congregate and not have a mask? Okay, I got a nice small room for you. All right, there we go.
Oh, Boy Scouts are run by the Mormons. Last they checked.
I was a Cub Scout for a year. I cannot weigh in on that.
I didn't know. I was a fucking Boy Scout for quite a while. Into high school.
So, I mean, we've been off topic and on topic at various times over the last 45 minutes and change. But I think to summarize the main point we've been trying to get across, in our personal experience, and I'd say especially the experiences of a lot of people overall, like the Salvation Army, Catholic Church.
Okay.
A lot of their charity is self-serving, either for their own agenda, and they are very picky about who their charity and goodwill go to. It's a very us versus them mentality, and they won't even try and attract new people with their charity. They just want to help those who are already part of their little club.
That's not true, Steve. The Salvation Army. I went there one time trying to get, food. I'm just like, hey, I'm poor. I have no food. I'd like something in my stomach. And they specifically give out ham sandwiches because fuck Jews and Muslims. Right, first of all. Second of all,
I was about to laugh, and then I realized you were being serious.
Yeah, no, I'm dead serious. That's exactly why they do it. And then second of all, they won't let you eat the sandwich. They'll promise it to you. They will show it to you in the saran wrap. And then they'll be like, come on, why don't you come and have a service with us? We got some other hungry people here. Why don't you come listen to, our deacon, or actually, I'm sorry, they don't call them deacons. They use military ranks in the Salvation Army. I'm dead serious. They do.
I mean, okay, that kind of makes sense, but at the same time, I wouldn't hold it against them for offering or asking, hey, would you like to come in, warm up?
No,
We're about to
but they
have a
won't
service.
let you have.
But yeah, if the sandwich, if the price of the sandwich is 2 hours of your time for a service, and it's a single sandwich, fuck you.
Oh, yeah, and not only that, if you're queer of any kind,
oh yeah,
they'll
no,
be like, oh yeah, we'll give you a room to stay in. We'll give you food every day. You just have to work for us and also go into conversion therapy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I would have taken the sandwich and sitting in a warm room for 2 hours. Right? That's pretty reasonable. Whatever. I'll let your fucking bullshit wash over me. I don't give a fuck. I just want the sandwich. Whatever. I sit in an uncomfortable seat, but the room's warm. Whatever. Fine. But conversion therapy? No, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna sell the one thing I have just for a couple sandwiches. See, the Mormons, they have a different tactic. They go out, they try and help everyone in an attempt to recruit them. But they'll help you for free. They'll give you food if you need it.
What's the catch?
Oh, that they'll annoy you. That's about it. They'll just be like, oh yeah, here, take some fucking marshmallow squares, have some fucking turkey on white bread sandwiches without even fucking mayonnaise because they're that fucking white.
Hey, you don't want it too spicy.
Yeah, I know that spicy mayonnaise. God forbid there be mustard on it. They'll give you water because you can't give someone coffee or tea. Oh, caffeine's of Satan or some bullshit. I don't fucking know. The point is, I almost became Mormon because they kept feeding me. Well, I got invited to go there, and they just kept on feeding me. And I am very easily swayed by food. And then they told me I wasn't allowed to drink or use tobacco. And I fucking 360, I did a 360 spin, and I fucking moonwalked out of that bitch while doing finger guns.
Well, Kat, to be fair, anybody that's starving, food is a damn effective motivator.
I wasn't even starving then. I just got invited to go there. I'm just a cheap slut, okay. I guess.
Okay. You heard it here first, folks. If you want to get in Kat's pants, turkey sandwiches. Don't even need mayo.
Marshmallow squares. Hello, Pixie.
But to contrast with this, and I am simply going off of accounts that I've read. I have no firsthand experience. Like Buddhist temples, or I've read that Sikh temples in larger cities. Not that there's a large Sikh presence here in the United States, but like one of the core tenets of those faiths is helping others. So if someone comes up to the temple and it's
or
like
Jainism, but yeah, continue.
Or what?
Jainism.
Never heard of it.
They're the people who walk around with brooms to sweep in front of them because they don't want to kill anything, even if it's like a bug.
Oh, okay, so it's a sect of Buddhism.
That's a different episode.
Yes, Buddhism, philosophy or religion.
Yeah, exactly. But
anywho,
continue on.
But yes, so those religious organizations, like if you are not in a great situation and you go to the temple, if I think like with the sheiks, like if you're a woman, they will ask you to cover your head, and if you don't have a head covering, they will provide a headscarf. But as long as you follow some courtesy stuff that they have, it's like, yeah, no, we'll give you a meal. Come on in, get out of the cold or get out of the heat. Sit down. If you want some literature, we'll provide it for you. Otherwise, I'm happy just to enjoy your company and conversation.
Yeah. Well, it's so weird that, like, Christianity's whole thing, like you were saying earlier, love your neighbor as thyself.
Mm-hmm.
Yet they don't. Well, no, actually they do. Because they hate themselves. Because that's what their religion teaches them.
Well, so...
I mean...
It's funny that you say that. Because I've lived with my parents about 18 years of my life and change.
Yeah.
And looking back on it, so let's go with a literal interpretation of that, because, Christian fundamentalists love literal interpretations of the Bible. Loving your neighbor as yourself. Well, in the first town we lived in...
Wait, do I have to jack my neighbor off?
I was thinking that myself as well, but it's like...
I know, that's why I said it. Anyways, continue on.
The first small town we lived in, my parents couldn't stand most of our neighbors. And most of our neighbors couldn't stand them. Like, I think the only people in our, 2 or 3 block radius that they tolerated were the parents of my neighborhood friend. All right? Moving to a slightly larger town. They weren't unfriendly with neighbors, and most neighbors weren't unfriendly with them. But yeah, they were definitely keeping to themselves and not trying to make any friends.
Yeah.
Moving to the town that you and I went to high school in. Holy crap, every neighbor hated their guts.
Yeah.
And in my parents' defense, one specific neighbor was a bitch. But otherwise, no, nobody liked him.
Well, you moved from like, because here's the thing: where we went to high school was this weird liberal pocket, surrounded on all sides by fucking either like hillbillies who didn't give a shit about anything, who were just like, yeah, they're oh, you're one of them transgenders, huh? Sure, glad you're happy, huh? Or, nah, we don't like your kind around here. You're not a Methodist, Presbyterian, Episcopalian, communion only, 1872 court case Baptist, or whatever. Like, so you move to the only liberal area until you hit Madison or Milwaukee, really. So yeah, still a lot of evangelicals there because for whatever reason the Bible Belt decides it's gonna fucking start in Wisconsin again.
So, I was going somewhere with this actually.
Okay, go ahead.
So my parents now live in a big city in Illinois, not Chicago,
Yes.
but a fairly large one.
Yes, correct.
And they live in a fairly crowded neighborhood. I will put it to you this way. My wife and I were pulling out of the driveway when we were living with them briefly in 2020. And one of the neighbors was flagging us down. And it's like, hey, can we help you? And she introduced herself. We had been living there for like a few weeks at that point, and we introduced ourselves. And she effectively told us, like, hey, just a heads up. Someone was kind of walking around at like 4:35 in the morning, trying to, get into any cars that were, parked and not in a garage.
I remember this story.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, holy crap. And she's like, yeah, they didn't get into your car, at least as far as I could tell, but you might want to double check. I'm like, okay, well, thank you for letting us know. And then I asked, like, just curious, tell my father, because he's been out here for like since 7 a.m. mowing the lawn. She's like, no, fuck that guy. I'm like, I like you.
That's the same way I feel about your dad.
I don't know what my parents did to piss you off, but yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I'll forward the message because I live with them, but thanks for letting us know. You are pretty all right. Person whose name I now forget because it's been 2 years, but I'm not answering that. The location redacted.
Yeah, it's location redacted.
It is.
Although Peoria has one bar that has fucking gay bar night on Thursdays. At least it did back in like 2014. So.
You know what? Just to mess with Maya, I will say, God, I can't think of a fictional Illinois town now. I was going somewhere with that, and
they're all fictional outside of Chicago.
Yeah. Springfield, Illinois. I think it actually exists.
Yeah, it's the capital. It's the capital of the state, you fucking...
God, I was just going off of that because Simpsons.
Yeah. I don't know shit. But, yeah. Yeah, and a lot of the evangelicals, they don't understand that what they're doing pisses people off. Like, for example, Jehovah's Witnesses. A lot of the kids that are brought up and, like, they're born Jehovah's Witness. I only know this because my grandma's Jehovah's Witness, and they made me go to Jehovah's Witness Kingdom Hall stuff occasionally. For a while, it was twice a week, and I hated it. But, yeah, a lot of the kids knew it was fucking bullshit going out soul winning. Where you go out and you knock on people's doors and you fucking annoy them. You wake up people who are working second shift for no good reason other than to be like, hey, do you want to talk about the Lord's Day for Jesus Christ? Shit like that. It's like, why? You're being annoying. You're being disruptive.
That happened to me once when I was working second shifts, and it was...
Yep.
I was polite. I held my composure. I just told him, I am going off 3 hours of sleep because I work a really late shift. I am not in the mood to talk. Please leave.
Yeah.
And they were apologetic. And then after I got some more sleep, I came back. It's like, you motherfuckers slid a pamphlet underneath my door. And then for like the next 3 months, like clockwork, every 2 weeks, I kept getting pamphlets. It's like,
so here's the thing. If Jehovah's Witnesses come to your door, you pull out a gun or something that looks like a gun or your cock or something, and you make them leave, right?
The best flex a buddy of mine did, he saw them coming, and he knew he didn't want to put up with it. So he just dropped everything. Yeah, because it was summer. He was hanging out in his boxers. Just answered the door in the nude because, damn it, legally he's in the right. Anybody who chooses to look in, that's on them. He's on his own personal property. Is my real identity comic book guy. I know the character. I've only seen like 12 episodes of The Simpsons, and I've only seen that because of Disney Plus. So I don't think so.
Springfield, The Simpsons is not based in Illinois, obviously. I think it's supposed to be Springfield, Oregon, but I mean, it could be Springfield, Illinois, because it's not close enough to like the Byron power plant, I don't think, for it to be. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's either Springfield, Oregon, or Springfield, Illinois. Yes, you should. Annoy them back. But, okay, hold on. My point. Always chase away Jehovah's Witnesses. Mormons, you let in and tell them you need yard work done. Or something else done. They will do it because they're on a mission, right? And they don't want to be going and having awkward conversations all day, right? This is all they do for 8 to 10, 12, 14 hours a day. They don't want to be fucking doing this shit. So if you're decent to them and you're like, hey, look, I got some weeds that need to be pulled in the back, they'll fucking do it and be like, yeah, I'll get you some fucking lemonade, or whatever the fuck you Mormons drink milk.
They're on a mission from God.
Yes.
But they're not wearing shades. Their tank of gas is running on low.
It's Illinois. Look, I used to live right on the Wisconsin-Illinois border, okay? You can't fucking fool me with your Chicagos and your Illinoises.
Oh, no,
okay?
no. It's not Illinois or Illinois. It's fibs. It's fibs.
Yeah, fucking Illinois bastards. Go the fuck back to your state. Why are you always vacationing up here, taking our lakes? Fuck you. You can't drive. Go back. I'm sorry, I have a vigorous hatred of people from Illinois.
So, first of all, the whole build the wall thing, fucking hate that idea. That being said, if the Republican Party wanted Wisconsin to no longer be a swing state, just say they'll build a wall between Illinois and Wisconsin, and you will make Wisconsin red for about 3 decades.
Yeah, you would. Mm-hmm.
That being said, Maya, if you're from Illinois, there are redeeming factors, and Wisconsin is not perfect.
No,
it's friendly state rivalry. I will always give crap to Illinois.
Well, except for like the 2/3 of Illinois, like that's south of Chicago there, that, regulates how much alcohol you buy and then won't sell you anymore if you buy too much. And it's like, I thought this was America. Why can't I be an alcoholic here? What the fuck is this bullshit? Why can't I go to McDonald's on a fucking Sunday at 10 a.m.? I'm not going to church. I'm not Christian. This is America, damn it. I want my McDonald's and my beer at 10 fucking a.m. I got a Packers game to watch. I hate Illinois.
That's why they're not selling to you, because you said you're a Packers fan. Because you root for a team that'll actually win sometimes.
Okay, look, man. Look, they're not Detroit. Don't do them dirty. They're not Detroit or Minnesota. Let's be realistic. The Bears can at least win sometimes. I mean, not as much as us, but sometimes.
I will ask you this, and I'm not a football person. Let's count those. What's the trophy called again? Kat, remind me. You want to remind me what that trophy's called?
Which one? The Super Bowl, or before there was a Super Bowl? Because I think we have more of both than Illinois.
Yes, exactly. Like if you want to count the one before Super Bowl, we actually have
the most.
The most. Correct. Yeah, I was going to say the most. If we're just counting Lombardi trophies, 4. We have 4.
Yeah, which is nothing to sneeze at.
We won number 1. We won number 2. Then we won one in the late 90s with Favre, and then we won 2011, I think.
11. Yeah. Yep. Correct.
And the Bears got none. I'm gonna go with none. Maybe 1.
Yeah, fuck the Bears. Oh, but tell your mom I says hi. Yeah. I don't mean to cuss, but, jeepers cripes alrighty. Oh, the Bears, they almost beat the Packers this weekend. Oh, oofta.
Well, listen, Kat, that was a pity bit of hope.
Yeah. I like the Packers.
The mark of a true Wisconsinite, in my opinion, no matter where they are, whether they love sports or not, it's if they see the green and gold, it's like, go Pack, go Pack. I hate sports. I'm not a sports guy. That being said, I am always wait, the Bears? Yeah. See, even the Illinoisans are calling them losers.
Yeah, right. I was gonna time you out for that comment, but Steve made it okay. We're just gonna pretend you're calling the Bears losers. But yes, that is a very Wisconsin thing of just being rabidly pro our sports teams, even if you're not. Probably because
I don't give a fuck about the Bucks. I don't give a fuck about the Brewers. But Packers, it's like
Let's look at what our sports teams are named though. Packers, named after guys who were packing meat and cheese in a fucking warehouse, right? A fucking butcher factory.
Yep.
Right. That's because that's what they were originally. They weren't named after anything cool or anything. It was just like, yeah, these guys, fucking pack up cheeses and meats. And like the Brewers, yeah, these guys worked in a fucking brewery. The Bucks, yeah, these guys like hunting. I'm sorry, that's the most fucking.
We don't have a hockey team.
We have a few.
Okay, sorry,
an NHL team.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, we do not have an NHL team, unfortunately. We should, because we have a really good curling team. Just saying.
I mean, I'm sure you're right.
We do.
I guess I'm saying I'm surprised we don't have a NHL team because, from what I understand, the Badgers are one of the best hockey teams in the NCAA.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and gotta love the Badgers too. Gotta. The point is, Aaron Rodgers. Have you heard about what Aaron Rodgers has been saying?
I never idolized the man.
No, but it's been
But
national news.
yeah. And
He
then
was
all he got was
talking.
a slap on the wrist.
Okay, so you know exactly. Okay, because I was like, Aaron Rodgers is a pretty good quarterback. Like, he's not as good as Brett Favre, but he's also not as bad as Brett Favre, right? Because Brett Favre was fucking insane. Because like,
When he
in the
was on
same
fire, he was on fire. And when he
well,
was having a bad day, he was on the field having a bad day.
in the same game, he broke the record for most completed touchdown passes and most interceptions. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, same season, not same game. Same season. But
Yes. Also,
what the fuck?
his first forward pass was caught by
Yeah.
himself.
Yes! Okay, yeah. Brett Favre is what happens when you put all your stats to 0 in Fallout and then just pump up your like strength and your luck and just roll with it.
Favre, smash! Favre, you're our quarterback. You're not supposed to smash. Favre, throw!
Brett Favre, he threw an interception, tackled the guy who caught the interception, made him fumble it, and then got it and ran it back like halfway across the field. What the fuck? You're a quarterback. What are you doing? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Here's the $1 million question. What down was it? And did they reset the downs after that?
I don't know off the top of my head. I remember seeing it on the TV, and I remember my dad losing his fucking mind. Anyways, Aaron Rodgers, get some help. Or go on to Spotify with Joe Rogan, I guess. I don't... You know... Get the fuck... Aaron Rodgers, get the fuck out of my Packers. Okay? I have a share. So fuck you. Get out of I own part of the fuck mothering Packers. Get the fuck out of my Packers, you anti-vax piece of shit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Packers have a tendency to put people on the team that do good on the field. And then if you want to peel back the curtain, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
You're not all shiny and golden and green, really. Like Reggie White.
Yeah. Okay, we didn't have to go. We didn't have to go there.
Okay, so circling back to on topic, we can go back to Packers disappointing us with their
bullshittery.
Regressive thoughts. So, people and organizations that have helped us out and that do so because, damn it, they want to make the world a better place.
Yeah. So let's actually, there are a lot of really good organizations that just help people out. And a lot of them aren't religiously motivated. What's the topic?
Do you want to explain the title? You do it so much better.
All right, so it's Christian kindness. And okay, now I was making this title because I forgot to think of a title all throughout the day. And I decided to call it Christian kindness with a CH because it's like they're chiding you while being kind. It was supposed to be a clever title, but it wasn't. And then I thought it was funny that it wasn't clever and it was really dumb, so I just went with it. And that's how I make titles half the time. That's how we know. That's Cat's mini show. But yeah, there's a lot of like non-religious organizations that'll just help you, which
Yep.
and then there's the issue of non-religious organizations that are like operated by religious people.
Yeah.
Because like, well, you know, where we lived in Wisconsin, I couldn't go to any homeless shelter because the men's homeless shelter wouldn't take me because I'm a faggot, and they don't want me to fuck all the dudes and give them AIDS. And the women's homeless shelter wouldn't take me because they only take real women. Well, what the fuck? This is a fucking... Theoretically, this is a secular thing, right? You're not registered as a religious organization doing this, are you? No. Then why... Well, because Wisconsin's laws are fucked up. But... Because it's the only state with protections for gay people and bi people, but not for trans people. Why? It's the same reason we also have Paul Ryan and Tammy Baldwin. You know, Reince Priebus and the first major city in the U.S. to elect a mayor from the Socialist Party.
Well, and don't forget about the guy that Michael something, I think. Michael Brinksky or whatever.
I don't know who that is.
He's the guy in my congressional district.
Oh.
Ish,
Oh.
I think.
Oh, now I do know who you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Paul Ryan tried to make it, you know, so that all across the country, because he was the Speaker of the House,
Yep.
all across the country, you know, it should be, you know, you should be teaching, you know, young earth creationism alongside, you know, evolution. Yeah. Yes, they do. It's the only state in the U.S. that has protections for gay and bi people, but not for trans people.
Like
Why?
I said, as much as I'd love to harp on Illinois, because it is a state pastime, Wisconsin is not perfect.
Well, it's such a weird... We were also the last state to have civil unions. Every other state either decided on, no, they're not getting married, or, yeah, marriage is legal. When marriage was federally legalized, Wisconsin was still giving out civil unions, the only state.
Yeah.
Because it's dumb. But going back to this,
Wisconsin is a state of fence sinners and compromise. And I don't mean that as a compliment.
No, it's the worst kind of fence sitting and compromise. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like you've got these non-religious organizations run by hyper-religious people too. And those people who are religious, they don't want to help the queer, tranny Jew atheist. No, they want to help, you know, a nice Christian girl with a vagina, because that matters, apparently. I don't... It's like, I'm sorry, you're thinking way more about genitals than I am, lady. My mind's in the gutter. I'm being taken by Satan. Okay, let's calm down, huh? It's not. It's not. Indiana's worse.
Indiana is so much worse, we don't even acknowledge its existence here.
They have Gary and East Chicago, which is a city that's technically east of Chicago, but like there's about 14 suburbs in between Chicago and that. Just
I'll put it to you this way. We just call it the 500 here in Wisconsin.
I don't even acknowledge it exists most of the time. But so there's all these religious organizations that are like, and it's religious people. It's not that the organization. It's evangelicalism. It's the hyper conservative evangelical thing. It's not so much the religiosity of it. Although with Catholics, well, it's them. Why are Catholics the stereotype of Jews but don't get blamed for it? And then Jews are just like out here living their lives and they get blamed for being Catholics essentially. That's a weird thing. But
I'll be honest, I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
well, because the Catholics hoard all the money in the world. They're always pinching pennies and stealing shit from everyone, and they're always just like, yes, yes, give me a last penny. And Jews are just like, yeah, man, we're just like existing. We're not recruiting or anything either. Just like, we're just like here, man. Cool.
So,
You're not,
Kat, I guess in your personal experience, like not just the shelters, but like I guess individual basis, I should say. Like, have you ever had any experiences where people who are very vocal about their Christianity, offer help, and they think they're honestly doing a really charitable act, they're really going out of their way to help you, and then really it's no, they're doing this not only to just give themselves, divine brownie points, but they're really getting something out of this. And you are not really benefiting from this situation, but you really have no other choice.
well, here's okay. This was someone who thought I was homeless. I was not. I was just in a ripped flannel. I had just gotten home from work in the fucking factory I worked at. And I didn't even get home from work. I would use the vending machine at work all the time. So I had a shitload of change. And then every Friday after work, I'd go to the one liquor store in Gas Station Alley there. Where there's like the fucking 4 gas stations or 3 gas stations and 2 liquor stores in a row.
Oh, yes, the good old practically 2 steps away from where I lived once upon a time.
Yeah, because it was right down the road from where I lived at the time when I was there, yeah. And so I, drive out there because I went in there once on a Friday and gave the dude a shitload of change. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm sorry, I'm paying in change. Oh, I haven't gotten paid yet, and I want, a fucking 6-pack. And he's just like, oh, no problem. I mean, they don't go for a bank run here until Monday morning. So like I need change for the weekend. And I'm like, if you want, I'll come in every fucking Friday and pay in change. So I come in with a fucking, ratty looking plastic Gatorade bottle, and I fucking dump a bunch of change out on the counter. And I get my fucking beer or my fucking vodka.
You used to dress
really
hobo-ish. I will freely admit that.
Yeah, I still do, but it was a lot worse back then. And like I straight up looked homeless when I was not. And this lady runs out of the liquor store and tries to give me money. And I'm like, I don't want your money. And she's like, no, look, okay. And she grabbed my hands and just like shoved like $20 in my hand. And she's like, look, just take this, come to my church, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, don't fucking touch me, lady. I'm next to my car. I'm not homeless. And she was just like, oh, okay, whatever. And then I pulled my keys out of my pocket and unlocked my car door and got inside. And she was just like, what? And I'm like, what kind of fucking... I'm not allowed to give a man change without me being accused of being homeless? Because Jesus, you know, you've got to be obnoxious to people in the real world. And it's like, I didn't want your money. And the fact that you brought God into it just really pisses me off now. So I'm going to take your money. I have no use for it. I mean, I'm just going to buy more beer. Hell, I might
Yep.
buy a fucking dildo with it. I don't know. But it's mine now.
Saucy.
It's like, what? Because it's a judgmental thing, right?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Oh, here, actually, what I could do is I could put the link out since we've been going for a little over an hour. If that's okay.
A tad. Well, I was going to say, like, my personal experience, both times. The first, I was technically homeless. Well, I guess not technically, but long story short, my wife and I had been evicted. Because our financial situation was just shit. And there was a friend of ours who was a very devout Christian, and she opened her home to us. And it's like, okay, thank you. We, roof over our heads, and I did not want to move back in with my parents. So we had a small bedroom to ourselves, and the place had a single bathroom that obviously everybody was sharing. Guess how much? Yeah, 'cause obviously we had been evicted, and we didn't have a lot of money and all that. But guess how much this friend wanted us? Well, no, wanted about it. Made us pay. Like, we signed an agreement with them. Made us pay every month.
$895.
Well, 400 plus half of all utilities for a single. Yeah, and the only space that was ours was a single bedroom.
I offered you my bedroom for free.
You did. And I did bring it up to Julia. Shit. It doesn't matter.
It really doesn't.
Okay. I brought it up to my wife, but at the time,
my
like,
name's
you and
Kat. I don't know if y'all knew that. Steve's name is Steve. We know each other on first name basis, people.
No, weren't you paying attention? Steve is a pseudonym.
Yeah, sure, right. Nicholas. Craig. Rodney.
Anywho, while I knew you, she did not really at the time, because you and I had only reconnected like 2 months prior.
That is true.
So while I would have been comfortable and grateful, she would not have been.
Yeah, no, and that's fair. I'm just saying I wouldn't have Jesused you, and I wouldn't have made you pay.
Yeah. And then, so we were there for a good 4 or 5 months. And we finally found somewhere. Granted, it was the whole lower floor of a house, easily like, 900 square. You knew the place.
Oh yeah, yes I did. Yes, I knew that place very well.
Yeah, you know how much that was a month? Utilities notwithstanding?
$685.
You're 85 over. But we were paying 2/3. Yeah, we were paying 2/3 the cost of our monthly rent when we got our own place to have the privilege to be in the bedroom, a very small bedroom. And they made a point, like, if they got annoyed with us, usually me, about like, we're going out of our way to help you.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then essentially the time afterwards, my wife suffered a workplace injury. They were dragging their feet about taking care of her. We saw the writing on the wall. We couldn't stay where we were at. So this was in the early days of the pandemic. We moved in with my parents briefly because at the time I was under some stupid fucking like, oh, maybe I was too hard on them. High school, everybody's a jackass as a teenager. Maybe I should give them one last chance.
You,
No. Fucking no.
Steve,
I'm too nice, I know.
yes, you've never been a jackass. Like, there have been times where, like, I've done some real jackassy shit, and you would just, like, be like, hey, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I'm an asshole.
I mean, clearly.
Yes, I did a fucked thing.
Wait, no, hold on. Clearly, you're an asshole because you took a couple of days to give your boyfriend my Discord tag.
Yeah, I forgot. Also, hello, Midnight.
Hello.
Midnight
Okay.
Padshot.
Always shutting it down. By the way, I don't know if I should bring this up live or talk to you
Then
backstage.
don't. Put it in the private chat.
Okay, hold on.
All right, well, while they do that, to finish the story.
Yeah.
So I was honest with my parents about the situation, but I also told them, like, hey, I'm hoping that we can reconnect. Now, one of the stipulations from both my parents and me, I'm not gonna judge you guys for your faith. I'm not gonna tell you you're idiots or anything like that. But you're not gonna try and convert me. You're not gonna try and evangelize to me. Yada yada. And then, because I also didn't want them to feel like we were taking advantage of their goodwill. And again, this was a single bedroom was our space. We had a bathroom that was ours. And they're like 200. We don't want to be taking advantage of you. Like, no, 3, because I don't want to be taking advantage of you. And my mother was always just like, why are you bringing this? Why are you bringing all this crap here? Well, it's in our space. It's fine. Well, you're not staying here forever. No, we're not. But call me crazy. I think wanting to bring our TV, my computer, is it wrong for us to want to be comfortable where we live? And we were there for we were there for a little under 3 months. And in that time, my mother more or less forced us to pay for their entire water and utility bill for the previous 2 months prior to us moving in.
Amen, sister or brother. Trust me, I've been there.
And then, as we were closing in on month 3, my mother decided, oh, by the way, next payment, you guys need to pay 6. Why? Because you're taking advantage of our goodwill. How? Because you aren't going to school like you said you were. I said I was considering going back to school. Well, Julia isn't working. God, fuck, I need to stop saying her name.
I mean, I don't know who she is. No one does. So who cares?
Literally, no one will know.
I know.
And my name is Kat, so...
That's fair.
I had to get 3 copies of my birth certificate, and then I had to get them from Wisconsin delivered to me so I could send them back.
Yeah, because she thought we weren't looking hard enough for good jobs. And I straight up showed her, like, look, we're paying literally the going rate for renting a single room. And no, they wanted 6. And it's like, okay, nail in the coffin, because you didn't respect the whole, you're not going to try and evangelize to me, and I'm not going to, tell you you're idiots, because I was there for literally a week, and then my mother tried to convert me for an hour. You're literally trying to double what we pay. So it's like, all right, fuck it, see ya.
Also, your dad's a fucking dick.
Yeah,
That's
he is.
Really unrelated to the Christianity. I just think he's a dick. I'm not wrong.
I mean, I've been there myself, right? To where I live in my mother's house, and basically, yeah, I didn't work, but it's like, I didn't mind paying. I didn't mind paying for shit, but sometimes she took too much, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, you're taking advantage of me, bitch.
So
by the way, did you read the side chat? Or not side, private? But finish.
Oh
your
yeah,
story,
I don't give a shit about that. So I'm not talking about it.
sorry.
I
All
don't
right.
know what it is, and I don't care.
All right. Do me, do me a favor and pet your boyfriend for me. Tell him she's a good dog or boy. Sorry.
I mean, I'll do that in a minute. Well, when I'm done.
Do you two need a sidebar?
No,
And-
No.
we're good. Midnight's just hijacking the show.
Yes.
All right, as long as you admit it. Do you have any experiences with religious people taking advantage of you with their kindness? Kindness. I thank you for doing the air quotes because I'm not on camera. I did that.
Oh,
I
wait.
did the air quotes.
Are you asking? Are you asking me?
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I can't. Honestly,
Do you think I was asking me? Steve just talked about his.
I can't.
I just poured my heart out.
I honestly can't think of any right now. So sorry. I mean,
Yeah,
I just
no.
want to join. I just want to join streams because I'm lonely and want someone to talk to. That's so wrong. Is it so wrong to want someone to talk to?
Yes.
I mean, is it wrong? No. Is it right? No.
It's left.
It is left. We're all just dirty hippies, let's be honest.
I mean, that's you. I'm not a hippie. Although, I mean, technically, maybe I am. I don't know.
One moment. I don't know the words, but give me some vodka. Communism. Apologies to anyone who does speak Russian. It is a badass national anthem. I just don't speak Rusk.
I'm sorry.
God,
What are yes?
Titan,
What?
if you think I'm pale now, you should have seen me in high school.
He's talking about Midnight.
Yeah.
Midnight's.
Oh,
the
right. You've told me about that.
Midnight is the American. Wow. Wow.
That is rude.
Yes, it is. Especially because I was definitely an alcoholic.
Well, I mean, the chat's open, everyone. So if you have some personal experiences or anecdotes that you wish to share about religious individuals, usually of the Christian persuasion, but honestly, anyone's fine.
Good God, I really
thinking
love
that they're
this.
doing you a
I mean, what?
huge favor, that they're gaining so many divine brownie points.
Yeah.
But really, they're either lining their pocketbooks or fleecing you in the process of helping you, but you really have nowhere else to turn because that's the situation you're in. And, even if it's not great, any ship in a storm.
I mean, don't you?
And
don't
if
you mean
not,
any
I mean,
port?
shit, we can just hang out and shoot the breeze.
Yeah. I
Don't
mean,
you mean any port in a storm?
no. It's not
I mean, that is
about.
the phrase.
It's not about the size of the wave, man. It's about the port and the ocean.
Yeah, maybe it's a tender.
All right, whatever.
Yeah, we can talk about gardening. Why not?
Oh, yeah. Speaking of gardening, among our viewers at the moment, who here is familiar with the game Hades?
I've never played it yet, but I am aware of it.
Okay. Well, I was making a stew today, and I saw something, and it compelled me to do something. Now, anybody who's played Hades will recognize this most likely. Foolish boy, you'll never escape from the house.
I really gotta play that game now. Hey, cat, can I borrow $20?
Yeah.
I found a carrot that looked like Hades' mustache in the game. It's a very distinct mustache.
But Titan, you have a nice voice. You sound like the kind of Louisiana that you can understand.
The one that doesn't need subtitles.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever heard Titan speak.
Titan has a phenomenal voice.
Challenge
Whereas
accepted?
Yeah, whereas Midnight's voice sounds so fucking bad, he should probably kill himself.
yeah,
Oh wait,
you know what?
no, I meant
Midnight, you and I can live in the fucking awful voices category. And Titan and Spooky and Steve can live in the good voices category, okay?
You know, I'm not sure if you're doing it intentionally, Kat, but as you were saying that, I just realized.
Yeah, I get more and more Jewish.
I was going to say stereotypically Wisconsin.
What
Yeah,
does it matter?
okay.
It's the same
You
thing.
know, that is fair. That is very Wisconsin. Leave me alone. I can't even do other accents right without sounding Wisconsin.
Midnight is the American wild heart. Wow.
SPM loves Titan's voice. And we can
I mean,
all
so
trust
do I.
SPM.
It's very sexy.
He's got a good voice.
Yeah.
I mean, Steve also has a good voice. And then I sound like this, and it's just like, ah. Listen to my voice, child. I am if Gilbert Gottfried and the animal monster under your bed. You did a fusion dance, DBZ style. And that's how I think I sound.
I really want to hear your Gilbert Godfrey doing like a WWE hype up.
Ow! Oh, it's John Cena! Oh, you can't even see him! Look at him, you can't even see him!
Okay, Kat.
Not what I meant, but I'm not disappointed.
I don't know what you meant, so that's what you got.
I meant like what The Rock would do. Like speaking in the third person and like, you know, you ain't shit, I'm the shit, but you ain't shit, but I'm hot shit. But
that'll be a bit
that
for
was
next
beautiful.
week. We'll that'll be a bit for next week. We can workshop that.
Oh no, you killed pagan mom's ears.
Hello everyone, it's me, Gilbert Gottfried.
At some point we're gonna get a cease and desist from his people.
So?
I mean, you'd wear it like a badge of honor, let's be honest.
Yes, I know. I every time I get anything, I'm just like, yes, this is mine. This is my badge, and people are like, that's honey. We just like stapled a red A to your chest, and I'm just like, yes, but it's mine. Just call me Hester Prynne. That's a Scarlet Letter joke, folks.
Yeah, overrated book. Good message, terribly dull.
Oh yeah, it's a fucking awful book. Whereas The Crucible, really
is
fun.
Perfect. Don't you dare.
Yeah, I know. It's really fun. Like, it's like, yeah, Scarlet Letter kind of shit.
Just so we're
good
on the
message.
same page, we're talking about the John Milton play, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. I just, you were saying book, and I just wanted to.
Well, okay, yes, but you can read it as a book.
You can. Unlike Shakespeare's plays, you know, where you can read them, but they really need to be seen.
Look, I'm just saying, John Proctor is best boy.
He didn't deserve that.
No. Oh God, Heart of Darkness. Oh fuck, that was a book or a short story. When I started reading it, I totally thought I was gonna like it, and then it lost me after like 2 paragraphs.
Well, I know the name, but I cannot think of
It
Gonna look
lost
it
me
up.
so. It lost me so bad. I forgot what it was about. Like that's it. It was so bad. I forgot about it.
Wait, Heart of Darkness?
Yeah,
I mean, it's God damn it, it's a good book.
I know it has something to do with Africa.
Um,
A novella. Okay, yeah, because I said book and then short story. Both were wrong. It's a novella. I read it and I was just disappointed. Like, it's not that it was bad. It was just not good. No, Titan thinks it's one of the most poorly written pieces of crap. I just thought it was like 50 Shades of Grey. It was
What?
not greatly written.
so
Not greatly written.
apparently-
Not well written.
according to Wikipedia, Apocalypse Now is effectively Heart of Darkness, but taking place in the Vietnam War rather than the Congo.
That sounds about right.
Having
I
never-
actually can't. I couldn't. I'm gonna say it sounds right. I don't fucking remember.
I haven't seen
remember there was
Apocalypse Now. It's on my watch list, but I haven't seen it.
There was something about coming into Africa and people die in the Congo. And there was
I love the smell of
Dutch
napalm in the
people
morning.
and English people. I don't
Smells
fucking
like
know.
freedom.
It bored me, and it wasn't as well written as I expected it to be. Because here's the thing: you didn't have to deal. Okay, I was in 9-10, the accelerated English course, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you came in what? Sophomore year? Midway through sophomore year, right?
Halfway through my sophomore year.
Yep. Yeah. And so we had to read Heart of Darkness in 9-10 honors. The accelerated English of two years crammed into one, where we did less than either of them. But yeah, and I hated it. I hated it. I hated it so much I can't even remember why I hated it. Because it was so the reason I hate it is because it's not memorable. It's just like not really the best written, and it's not a great.
I was looking at my bookshelf just now to see if I had any books of like stuff I had gotten in college for required reading. That it's like, why do I still have this? But I'm realizing that's in my bedroom.
Oh,
That shelf. The shelf out here is the stuff Stefan really likes, or what he isn't currently reading, because that's usually close to the bed then.
yeah.
But so stuff that's really overrated for me personally. Stephen King, just in general, Stephen King.
Here's the thing. I like a couple of Stephen King books, but like for the most part, it's pretty formulaic.
Well, okay, so let's see. I read Dark Tower, and I will say this. Dark Tower actually did grab me. I do want to go back and reread it because it's been like a decade. And then if I still like it, see if maybe the entire series will grab me. But like, you hear Stephen King, you think horror. Okay, so I tried reading it in high school.
Oh, it sucks. Well,
it was such a boring read. Like, I got 200 pages in, and it's like, the fuck is going on?
Maybe it's just me, but it scared the shit out of me. At least the movie.
Well, we're talking about the books.
Meme me.
We are cultured here. Yes, The Dark Tower. I reread that in 2014, and then again in 2020, I think. Like, it was either the end of 2019 or the beginning of 2020. It was just before COVID. Yeah. And yeah, I enjoyed the first book both times I reread it. So
okay, so, and then another one I tried reading, Cujo. It's like a lot of the passages, like it was like, okay, like I gotta think 100 pages in, and then the dog finally got bit by a rabid bat. It's like,
Yeah.
what was
I
what
mean,
was the point of all this setup? Like, there was some, like, like, kind of rapey, vibey scenes here, and then a vet going on and on about how he melted down whatever metal he got in Nam, and how he was like getting with all the young hippie girls because of it, because fuck the
Yeah.
man. It's like, hey King, would you rather be writing some, smut novels? Because if so, that's totally cool, dude, but this isn't horror.
hmm Oh
Like, if I
my
wanted to
God!
read smut, I'd read smut.
Have you ever read The Stand?
I know a stand is a thing from JoJo.
No, the book The Stand by Stephen King. They made a
No,
whole fucking mini-series on it back in the day with Gary Sinise. You know, Lieutenant Dan from CSI New York?
you're saying words.
You've seen Lieutenant Dan from fucking Forrest Gump.
Okay, you said Lieutenant Dan and then CSI New York like it was one and the same.
Well, everything in common with Stephen King books seems to be there's weird. Actually, oh fuck, what is it? What is that book? Is it it's the Dead Zone, right? Right? Is that the book? No, it's
I mean,
not the Dead
he
Zone.
wrote one called The Dead Zone.
Yeah, no, the one with Alexis Machine. The writer. It's the one about the writer. Well, okay,
Shining?
I'm sorry. No, not The Shining. Okay, I'm sorry. It's a Stephen King book about a writer. That's like 2/3 of them.
Yeah. And I was also going to say, like,
yeah.
The Shining is another one I tried reading, and that one I couldn't even get past 2 chapters.
Yeah, the Stand is super thick, but oh my God, the amount of times like people are fucking, someone shoving a barrel of a revolver up someone's ass, like,
Oh
and it's
my.
in full graphic detail about how the front sight's going in there and cutting shit up inside, and it's like, we need to calm down. We need to calm down, Steve.
Yeah. You
Mr.
want to know?
Steven?
I was going to say, I don't need to calm down. I'm as, revulsed
Yeah, not
as.
you.
Okay. Anyhow, you want to know an author that does live up to the hype, though?
Who?
Crichton.
Crichton?
Yes, that is the proper way to say his last name. But yes, Michael Crichton.
Yeah, Michael Crichton. Crichton. I'm calling him Crichton from ever now. Misery. Alright. But, what was I thinking? Yeah, I enjoy the couple of Crichton books I've read, I enjoyed.
Well, and also, like, so I get Stephen King also has this claim to fame, but Crichton and Neil Gaiman, I think everything they've written, for the most part, has been adapted to a
Yep.
screenplay of some kind.
Yeah.
Like, I think the only thing Gaiman's done that has been Sandman, though the audiobook production that they're doing is practically, an audio play, considering all the A-list actors they have
Ooh.
involved with it. I mean, young Professor X is someone.
I don't... Oh, I remember Misery now. That's not what I was talking about. I was talking about the fucking trash man. Or no, it was Rat. The rat guy getting the fucking barrel of the gun up his ass. Then The Stand, yeah. But I mean, I like Crichton. I'm a big fan of Neil Gaiman, even though he may or may not be confused with someone else in my brain the majority of the time.
Who's you always confuse him with? Pratchett?
Yes, Terry Pratchett. Every time, Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. Same in my head.
They did Good Omens together, but otherwise they're different people.
Yes, I know, but like, they're both good. And
the funny thing is, I actually haven't read any of Terry Pratchett's books. Not for lack of wanting to. It's just, where the fuck do you start with Discworld? He plays hopscotch with that timeline even more than Brian Jakes did with the Red Wall series.
I've never read that, so
that was my gateway to fantasy. Well, that and the Lord of the Rings film trilogy.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to duck away from the mic for like a minute. Nature calls.
Well, I will be entertaining for a moment. So, how is everyone? What's your least favorite Stephen King book and why? Because, there's some pretty bad ones for a lot of different reasons. Also, yes, Crichton is a good author. I need more Agatha Christie, huh? I mean, yeah. Dahlgren? Chip Delaney's Dahlgren. That sure is a... Titan, you are definitely effable. No...
I mean,
I was going to say hetero, but that's not accurate. No... I don't know what to say now. Take it away, Steve.
So I was going to say, like if we're talking about horror as a literary genre, I mean, for me, the best book ever written for me is Dracula by Bram Stoker. But like in regards to an author who put out a lot of work, the author's an absolute piece of shit. But H.P. Lovecraft stuff, I always really enjoyed.
Oh, yeah, no, he is an absolute shitbag piece of shit. Good author. And
right. And the fact that I kind of read some of his stuff before discovering King, all I could think is like, King, Lovecraft did all this first and better, and then I find out, oh, you really liked him, like you discovered him before he was cool.
Yeah. And like I have been a very big fan of Edgar Allan Poe since I was like young, like 9 or 10. And it always bothered me that like everyone said all this fucking awful shit about him. Turns out that was mostly a fucking smear campaign.
Yep. Well, I'm sure you know which teacher I'm going to talk about, but there was an English teacher at our high school who also a big Poe fan.
Yes.
And she would just lay the verbal smackdown on anybody who would try and like bring up those, rumors and allegations. And she would just be like, okay, nope, We're pausing class. All of this has been disproven. Stop dragging his name through the mud. Like,
And-
was he perfect? No. Was he kind of weird? Yes. But no, none of that is true.
She actually gave me the fucking... Because I was just like, actually, I really like Poe. I would definitely like the sources for that. And then she sent me, like, she gave me a bunch of fucking sources. This was, before the days of Discord, folks. She gave me a bunch of fucking sources to look up. Well, she wrote down a bunch of things to look up. It wasn't like she gave me links, but yeah, and I looked them up and I'm like, yeah, all right, yeah, okay, yeah, he wasn't a fucking creep or a pedophile or an incestuous person or an alcoholic or a drug addict.
I mean, he did marry his cousin, but that was purely just to make sure that she was taken care of. It was never sexual.
Yeah. Bachman? Who the fuck's... Oh, well. Dark Castle was okay. Pretty big King fan. I don't know. There are some books by King I like. Like, I like The Stand. I shouldn't, because it's really not well written. It's this, like, fucking meandering, like if a schizophrenic was lazy.
Okay, that's just describes like. Every King book.
You're right. But for whatever reason, The Stand I enjoyed. And I have no idea why. And then the one book, which I can't remember its name, but it had the author and an alter ego for the author that would take over, named Alexis Machine. And he has one of the best quotes ever. Don't fuck with me. Because when you fuck with me, you fuck with the best. And...
Pagan Mom. So to slightly go off of what you're saying, I do agree. Like, obviously, he can't be a completely talentless person if all of these movies and miniseries and stuff have been made based off of his work. A comparison I would make, and this is as someone who's not overly familiar with his work, he's kind of like the George Lucas of literary horror. And when I say that, I mean, as much as people sometimes say George Lucas ruined Star Wars, okay, we wouldn't have Star Wars if it weren't for him. And with the original trilogy, when he had editors and people to help rein him in, we got the original trilogy and it was great. And, then George Lucas became a household name and Star Wars became a household name,
yep.
a international phenomenon. And now George Lucas had the keys to the kingdom. He could do no wrong. And when he wanted to do the prequel trilogy, Fox just gave him a boatload of money and said, make some movies. And he was just surrounded by yes men.
Yep.
And he didn't even have the script for the first movie done when he was doing episode 1. The dialogue in episode 2 is just atrocious. And so much good dialogue was ditched for some stupid reason.
Okay, let's be honest, though. Episode 2, there's a lot of good things in episode 1, but there's a lot of bad things. Episode 1 is the Brett Favre of George Lucas Star Wars movies, right? Because there's a lot of really good shit in it. Like, the fucking pod racing scene, seeing Jabba the Hutt younger, and Bib Fortuna, right? Like, that's a really
Time out. Folks, 2 minutes, 2 hours, 3 minutes, 45 seconds. We got back to Star Wars.
Yep. We always do.
For Blasphemy and Brews Bingo, bringing up Star Wars is now officially the center square. That is 4 episodes in a row.
Yeah, that's a free. Ooh, I'm going to make. There's a website thing that'll make randomized bingo boards, and I'll give them to the regulars.
All right, well, we just need to come up with 24 more things then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kat does Gilbert Godfrey.
Yep. I'll give him
Hey,
like
everyone, that's a homework assignment. Come up with some stuff you'd like to see on a bingo card for Blasphemy and Brews.
you know what? I'll fucking send them $3 on Cash App or PayPal if they get a bingo. How about that? I had Desperation. That was a book and a movie. But yeah, like Phantom Menace. I simultaneously love and hate that movie. And like the kid that got to play Anakin was a good actor. But they gave him such shitty things to act.
Kat, you have 30 seconds to take back that statement.
No. Like, for a child actor, okay, let's look at child actors. Like, he's not Macaulay Culkin, obviously. Like, okay, hear me out. Okay. But, like, is he any worse than, like,
Yes.
the Olsen twins? Is he worse than the Olsen twins?
Yes. I'm going to go with yes. And I'll tell you why. Jake Lloyd has 5 movies in his repertoire. I have seen
because
3
he
of them.
quit after Phantom Menace.
Yes, he did. I have seen 3 of them because my parents had a thing for terrible movies. How he portrayed Anakin Skywalker is how he portrayed every character.
All right. See,
if you want, so I stand by Episode 1 is the best prequel movie for one simple reason. It's self-contained. It is self-contained, has a beginning, middle, and end.
All right.
Is not requiring any further, books or whatever to make sense of it. And it is consistent. It's
the best movie. It's the best standalone movie in the prequel, but Revenge of the Sith is the best prequel movie.
Okay, yes.
You've watched the rest.
Yes, I will agree with that.
I think we can agree on that, yes?
I will agree with that wholeheartedly.
And
But for me, as much as people like to bash on Jar Jar, and I will agree, Jar Jar overstays his welcome.
Yes.
But as a kid, I loved Jar Jar. He was fun slapstick.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Jake Lloyd's acting is what's really holding that movie back.
Well, they had fucking Liam goddamn fuckmothering Neeson, who did a phenomenal job. And, like, a big fan of Liam Neeson. I don't think he's ever really bad. He's usually on point. And, I also, the character of Qui-Gon Jinn is one of the perfect people that fucking Liam Neeson could have played. They really cast him well. And they really cast Obi-Wan well with Ewan McGregor. Fucking phenomenal.
March 25th, folks. That's when we get Obi-Wan.
Wait, what?
That's the release date for the miniseries.
Oh. Ooh, what? I'm sorry. I have not heard about this. What era is this?
This is like Rise of Empire. Hayden Christensen is back as Vader.
Oh. Okay. And, I actually like the way Disney dealt with Obi-Wan finding out about how Anakin is Vader now. So this could actually be really good. Because Disney does... I don't know what the fuck is wrong with Disney. Because they do everything that's not the direct major movies really well. Even if, I'm kind of annoyed that, some characters I like aren't there. But, they did Thrawn good. They've done Obi-Wan good.
So, 1 second. I'm going to pull something up for screen share. There will be a spoiler for Boba Fett Episode 3. Because...
All right, people.
Disney
Spoiler. Like, I don't know, man. Disney frustrates me. And they've actually been talking about, I don't know if you've seen this, they've been talking about saying they were just going to completely reset the canon for the
Again?
movies.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
they
no,
were
no.
just
So what they're talking about doing is essentially the sequel trilogy did not happen. It was
yeah,
a world between worlds thing.
yeah, yeah. They're resetting the canon for the movies, essentially. And I am 100% okay with that. Like, because here's the thing.
Yeah,
You can do it,
let me know
you
when we're
can
good.
do, well, it's like, if you do a better version of what you did with the new canon, I'll be happy with it. I will still be annoyed because I like Kyle Katarn. I want Kyle Katarn in there. And I will fucking bitch about that forever if I don't get Kyle Katarn in a movie. But I'll be happy if you just get a good team together to make coherent, a coherent storyline that's less whatever the fuck happened. Because, look, I feel bad when I complain about the new Star Wars movies because 85% of the people are complaining for dumb reasons.
Well, okay, so I don't think my screen's being shared. Is it?
Hold on. It didn't pop up on the thing. It is
Okay.
being shared now.
Okay. So, spoilers for Book of Boba Fett episode 3 in 3, 2, 1. Cue the slowest speeder bike chase ever.
What the hell was that?
I smell profit. Nice.
Speaking of, give us a live action Hondo series, Disney.
Yeah. Oh, there's there's so many good things. I mean, shit. Cal Skirata. Talk about him. Talk about,
Actually, they
make
could, in theory, because
that's still canon. Mhm.
like the Mandalorian warrior culture wasn't extinct; it was just no longer prevalent on Mandalore.
Well,
And
it was Mandalore didn't exist at that in the original canon. Mandalore was a
in the
dead
original
planet.
canon, Mandalore was a blasted out husk of a.
So
I'm talking Disney. I'm talking canon.
But
They could bring
Mandalorian
Cal
culture,
Skirata in.
yeah, because Mandalorian culture still existed within the
Yeah.
clones, including Cal Skirata, because
Mhm.
he worked with fucking Django, and he actually taught them about shit because Cal was like some sort of pseudo Mandalorian or something, wasn't he?
Cal was a. I'm hearing an echo from me.
Sorry, hold on. How about now?
Nope, better now. Yeah.
All right.
Weird.
Yeah. Sorry, my headphones just. Yeah. Anyways, continue.
No problem. Okay, yeah, so it's been a while since I've read the Karen Travis novels, but if memory serves, Cal Skirata was not like Django was part of the Death Watch. Cal was a part of a different
Yeah.
clan,
Yeah.
but they were both Mandalorian, and Cal is the one that pushed to share the warrior culture
Yeah.
with the clones because the way he saw it, they were all sons of Mandalore, as they
Yes.
were all from Jango Fett's genetic template, for one. And
Yeah.
two, Mandalorian culture was to be shared with anyone who is willing to learn and live by the principles which
Yeah.
the clones were as they were being born and raised to be warriors.
Yep. Like the only real rule for Mandalorians was, hey, basically follow the culture and wear the Beskar. And if you can't, well, you don't really need to wear the Beskar. Like, they had Wookiee and, fucking Twi'lek.
Yep.
Fucking Mandalorians. Like, Twi'leks obviously couldn't wear the helmets. Wookiees would just wear, like, random scraps of fucking Beskar on them. And, like, they had Trandos and Wookiees side by side as Mandalorians. Which, this is, like, old Republic era, but, you get the point. Like, they're progressive in a weird way. And it's, I don't know, I like I'm saying, like, make Cal Scarata, Republic Commando. The game Republic Commando, they had books on that too. You could just make that and adapt that and the game into a fucking screenplay. It's free real estate. It's already in your canon. It's free fucking real estate. I don't know why they don't.
Okay,
use
so
it.
the WrestleNair, the 6 actions. So translated from Mando into Galactic Basic: wear the armor, speak the language, defend oneself and family, raise your children as Mandalorians, contribute to the clan's welfare, and when called upon by Mandalore, rally to the cause.
Yeah. Which, yeah. That's why it kind of frustrates me that they use Mandalorians as a race in Disney canon. Because it's like, yeah, they are a race, but like,
And I'm
the
gonna ask,
Mandalorians.
where?
What?
Where in the Disney canon is it said that Mandalorian is a race?
Fuck, where the fuck is it? I remember reading about it and getting really pissed off. I'll have to pull up the article at some point because I was madder than hell when I read that.
Because I will say, like, the representation has always been humans as Mandalorian, but that being said,
they're technically not human, but yes.
I mean, technically, Corellians are Corellian. Technically,
well, no, Corellians are humans.
Oh, they're trying to say Mandalorians are superhuman?
Kind of.
That's stupid if that's what they're trying to do.
I'm very confused. Because they're humans, but not. And it's like, yeah, well, to be fair, it seems to be that Corellia, according to the old canon, Corellia is one of the places where humanity may or may not have spawned originally. That's one of the options. And, then in new canon, all that's changed, which is fine. I don't really care. But then with the Mandalorians being like, yeah, well, they're a race. Kind of. They're like humans, but, they evolved different. Well, yes, humans on every planet fucking evolved different. That's how different planets work. They have different gravity and shit. What the fuck do you mean? Like, and why? How come the clones on Kamino didn't have lower bone density?
Was Kamino smaller than your standard planet?
No, it was big, but it was like mostly water and shit. And it was
that
like
doesn't affect gravity.
Well, it was like Kamino's weird, is I guess my point. Like, I feel like if the natives have lower bone density, then maybe yes, humans are mostly but not always, or Mandalorians are mostly but not always humans. Yes, correct. That's my point. I think Disney is, I don't know. I think what it is that Disney is kind of pushing that Mandalorians are just humans, and I might be wrong. Native Atheist says they've read the books, and I hope Disney doesn't represent the Mandalorians. From what I from what I've seen, which I could have been reading from, it's entirely possible I accidentally read from some weird right-wing tilted sci-fi,
Okay. Because
article.
I will say that,
But
oh, sorry, I'm a little far from the mic. I will say that I've only seen up to episode 6 of Mandalorian. I still only have seen up through episode 3 of Book of Boba Fett.
this
but-
happened before the Mandalorian, but yes.
Oh, I would not trust anything said by them then.
Well, it had something to do with the Clone Wars and the post-Clone Wars and Boba being the Mandalore, which Boba becoming Mandalore is completely different in Disney canon, which I'm okay with.
Boba Fett became Mandalore in
both.
Lucas canon.
Yeah, I know. It's just different. The
Yeah.
way he did is different, and that's what's weird to me.
But
I just
no,
think that's-
as of, hey, spoilers, everyone. 3, 2, 1. Disney canon in the 5-6 years after Return of the Jedi, Din Djarin, I think is his name. It's a D and a J adjacent to each other for the last name.
Yeah.
But the Mandalorian from The Mandalorian is Mandalore. He has the Darksaber. He won it in combat. So, by the rules, because them's the rules, he's Mandalore.
Well, that's not the original rules for how you become Mandalore. It used to be you voted
Hey, Cat.
or won.
Hey, Cat.
Yeah.
He's got a Darksaber. He's Mandalore. Them's the
Yeah,
rules.
What about Canderous Ordo, huh?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I never really played that much of Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, okay, but Canderous is fucking way better than fucking Jaren. Canderous is a fucking hell of a badass. And
I mean, so is Din.
yeah, but
Hold up.
Canderous. Yeah, go ahead.
I need to go to YouTube first. All right.
I don't know. I am a very big fan of Old Republic era shit. And Boba Fett, when he became fucking Mandalore, he didn't have the fucking Darksaber. The fucking clones in old canon were just yeah, you're fucking Mandalore now. You brain damaged motherfucker are now Mandalore, and we will follow you to hell and back. I don't know. The Darksaber's fucking cool as fuck. I like it. And it's kind of cool how it works. And it actually makes sense in old canon, too, because, the reason the Darksaber's hard to wield is the same reason lightsabers are hard to wield. Plus a little bit extra, but yeah. Which is why, certain non-force sensitives could use lightsabers because they were able to attune to the fucking fluctuations in energy and whatnot, and use that to their advantage. Like Cad Bane could use it because he was attuned to it. General Grievous could use them because he was
He was also trained by
cybernetically
Dooku.
enhanced. Well, yeah, that too, but it was mostly because he was cybernetically enhanced. Also, Grievous, before he was Grievous, was way more badass.
Oh, Grievous got done dirty by Disney.
Oh.
So you said Din Djarin couldn't fight?
I did not say that.
What were your words?
Oh.
I heard Din.
Hold on, I'll add this to stream. I said, yeah, he's cool and all, but like, Kendra Sordo is more of a badass. I'm not saying Djarin's not a badass. I'm just saying Canderous is a bit more of a badass.
What, just because he wouldn't allow himself to be saved by other Mandalorians?
Canderous forcibly took the Mandalorian order, I guess is the word we're gonna use, and was like, we need a Mandalore, I am the Mandalore now. Like, look at me, I am the Mandalore now.
Oh yeah, Din uses a disruptor.
That's one impressive weapon.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk to my ship with the kid, and you're gonna let it happen.
No. How about this? We take the kid. And if you try to stop us, we kill you, and we strip your body for parts.
Okay. Now, see, hear me out. Canderous didn't need cheap tricks like fucking, disruptors and flamethrowers to fight people, which, to be fair, those were predominantly used to fight Jedi. Canderous, a veteran of the Mandalorian Wars, his ass squared up against fucking Revan.
And he lived.
With a vibroblade. Yeah. To be fair, it was just, well, actually, I don't know if that's Old Republic canon that he did square up with them. I think that's an option that he could have done. I don't remember if that actually happened with him and Revan. But in canon somewhere.
Canon's in a weird place now.
Well, especially Old Republic.
Yeah.
Because some of the shit's been confirmed and some of it hasn't. And then after it was confirmed, then now it's like in this nebulous area. Because, Disney. And it's like, here's the thing. A lot of the newer, like Yuuzhan Vong, fuck it, I don't need it. right?
Yeah.
Like we don't need that nonsense. Like I'm okay with that. We can make that not be a thing. I'm okay with that. Like the Old Republic shit's really good. And like it builds the basis for everything that happens further on. Like
So, gonna go on a slight weird tangent. Star
Yeah,
Wars,
go ahead.
especially with the canon state being where it is almost like mythology in this, like, whether you want to say Greek, Egyptian, or whatever, in that, Greek mythology,
Christianity.
for example, Greek mythology, for example, has plenty of stories that have contradictory tellings. Like the
Yep.
modern telling of, Medusa is, Poseidon had his way with her against her will in the temple of Athena. Athena found out and then turned her into a Gorgon. Yeah, that was actually something that a Roman author said, in the CE, centuries, if not millennia, after the myth had been established for generations.
Yeah.
But that's the one we go with now because that's the one that holds that makes her into a, engaging character, that makes her interesting rather than just, the big scary monster that, Perseus has to slay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, especially with the Old Republic canon, I mean, that's kind of where we're at right now with Disney doing the reset and, then not giving a lot of attention to certain eras.
Yeah, that's what
Like,
frustrates me.
there's a project that they've been doing for like a year and a half now called High Republic, which I think it's meant to cover like just before Yoda joins the Jedi Order.
Oh,
like,
all right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up. Maybe it's 500 years prior. Star Wars High Republic.
For reference, most things are before Battle of Yavin or after Battle of Yavin.
No. Star
just-
Wars The High Republic is a multimedia project consisting of various stories from the Star Wars franchise set during the High Republic sub-era of the Age of the Republic, roughly 200 years before the Star Wars films, 800 years after the fall of the Old Republic.
That's not...
Yeah.
Actually, no, that is accurate. Okay, I was doing math, and I was like, okay, that's 300 years BBY, almost. Okay, I was like, all right, yeah, because like, fucking, Vader's like fucking 50, 60 in the first fucking, in New Hope. So yeah, okay, no, that makes sense. If we're talking about, starting it, no, that tracks. Also, welcome to the Star Wars podcast, everyone.
Speaking of, we probably should be wrapping up soon.
We should. All right, well.
I mean, that being said, that means we only went on a Star Wars tangent for about 30 minutes. That's a new short.
It really is. So.
We're getting better about staying on topic, folks.
We're going to just have to do 1 week where we just talk about Star Wars, and we'll each get different topics we talk about. But
all right, Kat, is Vapod a real lightsaber form?
Oh God! Oh, is purple a real lightsaber color?
Yes.
Yes. Well, in which case, then everything is yes. But so, how about this? We'll table this for now. We'll be back with you next week. How about that, folks? Oh, Trusty Ape Bible study in about 11 hours. 2 p.m. I will be at work. Sorry. Yeah, I won't be in. For like 2 hours. So
Oh, spooky. It did not. If you want a 2-hour Star Wars rant, all you have to do is ask.
that is true. But don't threaten me with a good time. So table this for now. We'll be back with you next week. All right, Steve, any thoughts?
Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes and dudettes.
That's a great way to end. See y'all later.